Hey there, have you ever imagined what would happen if the Earth suddenly stopped rotating? Can you imagine cars, people, and animals all being propelled thousands of miles per hour sideways due to the sudden stopping of motion? In this educational video, we will dive into the world of motion, speed, velocity, acceleration, and explore how they're related to force, gravity, and friction. But how do we describe motion? Motion is when an object changes its position with time. An object is in motion when it moves from one position to another. We use terms like speed, velocity, and acceleration to describe motion. Now here's a question for you. What's the fastest you've ever gone? Was it on a roller coaster or a high-speed train? Speed is a measure of how fast an object moves. It's determined by dividing the distance an object travels by the time it takes to travel that distance. For example, if you run 10 meters in 2 seconds, then your speed is 5 meters per second. On the other hand, velocity is a measure of speed in a specific direction. An example of velocity would be if you're running at 10 meters per second towards the west. Without velocity, you wouldn't know what direction you're headed. Now, what would happen if you're driving a car and you press down on the gas pedal? The car's velocity will increase. This increase in velocity is what we call acceleration. So, acceleration is a change in velocity over time. Another example, an airplane taking off and gaining altitude. Now let's explore how these concepts are related to force, gravity, and friction. Force is anything that causes a change in an object's motion. Forces can be exerted by pushing, pulling, or dragging something. For example, when you kick a soccer ball, the force of your foot makes the ball move. There are different types of forces, including gravity and friction. Gravity is the force that pulls all objects towards each other. When you throw a ball, gravity pulls it back down to the ground. The larger the object, the stronger its gravitational pull. Example, the force that causes an apple to fall towards the ground when it is dropped from a tree. Friction is a force that resists movement and always opposes motion between two surfaces when they come into contact. An example of friction is when you try to push a box across the floor, but it doesn't move because of the friction between the bottom of the box and the floor. Smooth surfaces reduce friction while rough surfaces increase it. For example, ice. When you skate on ice, the blades of the skate glides on the thin layer of melted ice, which reduces friction between the blade and the ice. Second, carpet. Walking on a carpet increases friction between the soles of your shoes and the fibers of the carpet, which can help prevent slips and falls on a smooth floor surface. Understanding these concepts can make all the difference. We now have a question for you. Can you think of one example of an object that increases friction and one that decreases it? Please type them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this educational video on these topics. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos.